Okay, we're live.
Good morning, everyone. We will call this meeting to order at 9:06.
Awesome. Thank you, Michaela. Alrighty, everyone who's in this audience. So on behalf of the Executive Officer, King Simons, my name is Carol Aramiman. I'm an analyst with San Diego County LAFCO. I have been the project manager for this subject proposal, and I am also serving as the delegated hearing officer for today's meeting. So the purpose of the protest hearing is we're here to conduct protest proceedings for the conditional approval of the City of Carlsbad change of organization. This protest hearing serves as an opportunity for landowners and or registered voters within the affected territory to submit or withdraw written formal protests to the Commission's February 5th conditional approval of an application by the City of Carlsbad to detach 3 non-contiguous areas within Carlsbad from Leucadia Wastewater District. The purpose of correcting overlap in service providers while also better aligning the respective service areas consistent with existing infrastructure. Now, the focus of this hearing is tied to whether landowners and voters within the affected territory agree or disagree with the detachment. So typically next we'd ask for anyone to provide public comment or submit or withdraw their protest. Seeing that we do not have anyone in the audience today to do so, I will go ahead and skip over that section. And then again, we'd also just request any public comments, but seeing none and no one in the audience outside of staff, we'll move on. So this is going to be the longest part of today's meeting, and this is where I will be reading word for word the resolution into the record. So I ask everyone bear with me as I do so. It's only 4 pages, so this one should be a breeze. Alrighty, we shall begin. So San Diego County LAFCO, San Diego County Local Agency Formation Commission making determinations and approving a change of organization. The City of Carlsbad change of organization, detachment from the Leucadia Wastewater District, and concurrent sphere of influence action, LAFCO file number CO23-09. Whereas on July 17, 2023, the City of Carlsbad filed a resolution to initiate proceedings and an application with the San Diego County Local Agency Formation Commission, hereinafter referred to as Commission, pursuant to the Cortese-Knotts-Hertzberg Local Government Reorganization Act of 2000, and whereas the application seeks approval of a change of organization to detach 3 non-contiguous areas totaling approximately 202 acres of combined incorporated territory within the City of Carlsbad from the Leucadia Wastewater District, and whereas the affected territory as proposed includes a combined total of 50 legal parcels that are developed with multiple residential and mixed commercial units, as well as certain open space. And whereas an applicable master property tax transfer agreement applies to the proposed change of organization dated December 14th, 1982. And whereas the proposed change of organization necessitates the Commission consider a certain conforming sphere of influence amendment to accommodate the jurisdictional change. And whereas the Commission's executive officer has reviewed the proposed change of organization and prepared a report with recommendations, and whereas the executive officer's report and recommendations on the proposal have been presented to the Commission in the manner provided by law, and whereas the Commission heard and fully considered all the evidence presented at a notice public meeting on the proposal on February 5th, 2024, and whereas the Commission considered all the factors required by law under Government Code Sections 56425 and 56668, as well as adopted local policies and procedures. Now, therefore, the Commission does hereby resolve, determine, and order as follows. 1, the public hearing was held on the date set thereof, and due notice of said meeting was given in the manner required by law. 2, at the public hearing, the Commission called for, heard, and considered all public comments by interested parties and read and considered the executive officer's report. 3, the Commission is tasked under the California Environmental Quality Act, CEQA, in considering the potential impacts of the proposal as it separately relates to A, accommodating sphere of influence amendment, and B, change of organization itself. The Commission's findings follow. 3A, San Diego LAFCO serves as lead agency under CEQA for the conforming sphere of influence action associated with accommodating the change of organization. It is recommended the Commission find this action, and specifically the amendment of Leucadia Wastewater District sphere, to exclude Area 3 of the affected territory, is a project under CEQA but exempt from further review under State Guidelines 15061B3. This exemption appropriately applies given it can be seen with certainty that spheres of planning policies and any associated action, establishment, update, or amendment in and of itself does not change the environment or authorize any new uses or services. 3B, Carlsbad serves as lead agency under CEQA for considering the physical effects of the change of organization as the initiating party. In this role as lead agency, Carlsbad has determined a change of organization, and specifically the detachment of the affected territory from Leucadia Wastewater District is a project under CEQA but exempt from further review under State CEQA Guidelines Section 15319A. Given the proposed change of organization involves the annexation of private public structures that are consistent with the city's general plan, and there is no additional plan development associated with the affected territory. Staff independently believes this is a reasonable determination and as responsible agency concur with Carlsbad's findings. 4, the commission conditionally approves the sphere of influence amendment for Leucadia Wastewater District to accommodate and otherwise match the change of organization as shown in the vicinity map provided as Exhibit A. 4A, approval includes the commission making findings under Government Code Section 56425 consistent with the statements provided in the accompanying executive officer's written report. 4B, approval is contingent upon the approval and related issuance of a certificate of completion for the change of organization. 5, the commission approves the change of organization without modifications as described below and subject to conditions as provided. Approval involves all of the following. 5A, detachment of the affected territory from Leucadia Wastewater District is shown in Exhibit B and described in Exhibit C. 6, the commission conditions all approval on the following terms being satisfied by February 5th, 2025, unless an extension is requested in writing and approved by the executive officer. 6A, completion of the 30-day reconsideration period provided under Government Code Section 56895. 6B, submittal to the commission of a final map and geographic description of the affected territory as approved by the commission conforming to the requirements of the State Board of Equalization Tax Services Division. 6C, submittal to the commission of the following payments. A check made payable to LAFCO in the amount of $100 for the County of San Diego Clerk Recorder to reimburse for filing a CEQA notice of exemptions consistent with the findings in this resolution. A check made payable to State Board of Equalization for processing fees in the amount of $2,000. A check made payable to LAFCO to reimburse for the actual cost of noticing the proposal for both the public hearing and protest hearing in the San Diego Union Tribune. 7, the commission waives L106 and the otherwise provisions to prepare a municipal service review to inform the associated sphere of influence amendment authorized as part of this proposal. 8, the commission assigns the proposal the following short-term designation: City of Carlsbad change of organization. 9, the affected territory is designated by the commission. The affected territory as designated by the commission is inhabited as defined in Government Code Section 56046. 10, the commission delegates conducting authority proceedings under Government Code Section 56662 to the executive officer. 11, the Leucadia Wastewater District is a registered voter district. 12, the Leucadia Wastewater District utilizes the County of San Diego assessment roll. The affected territory will be liable, or 13, the affected territory will be liable for any existing bonds, contracts, and/or obligations of the City of Carlsbad as provided under Government Code Section 57328. 14, the effective date of the approval shall be the date of the recordation, but not before the completion of a 30-day reconsideration period and conducting authority proceedings, and only after all terms have been completed as attested by the executive officer. 15, as allowed under Government Code Section 56107, the commission authorizes the executive officer to make non-substantive corrections to this resolution to address any technical defects, errors, irregularities, or omissions. 16, the executive officer is hereby authorized and directed to transmit copies of this resolution as provided in sections 56880-56882 of the Government Code. 17, the executive officer is further authorized and directed to prepare, execute, and record a certificate of completion, make the required filings with the county assessor, county auditor, and the State Board of Equalization as required by section 5720, etc. of the Government Code section. Passed and adopted by the commission on the 5th of February of 2024 by the following vote. It was approved unanimously 8-0 on February 5th. This concludes the resolution and action by the commission. To date, we have received no written or formal protests on this proposal. And we would like to, if people were here, invite them to submit any written protest or support if they saw fit. But given there's nobody here today, we will proceed to conclude that there are no written protests for this project. So With that, I am going to go ahead and consider this meeting completed at 9:16 on April 3rd, 2024. And thank everyone who has attended, which is staff. This meeting is adjourned.